So let's style these components there. And for that, we want to apply some style to the text components. The text component does indeed support the style property, as you can verify in the official docs. But the text component actually does support less styling features than the view does. And therefore, I'll wrap this into another view component. And that's just the view component we are importing from React Native. That's also the part I meant with. You only got a couple of base components, but they'll get you very far because you work with views and buttons and texts all the time. So here I'll wrap this text with the opening and closing view component here. And now here we have more styling options. Now again, I'll not go for inline styles here, but add styles to the style sheet. For example, we could name this list item, but the name is up to you. And let's say here we want to have a padding of 10. Let's maybe give it a background color of this gray hex code here. Give it a border color of black and also a border width of 1. And now let's assign list item as a style to this view by referring to styles.listItem here. And with that, if we save this, now our list items should look a bit better. Learn React Native. This is how it looks like. Now, some spacing would probably also be nice. We can achieve that with margin. Padding is spacing between the border and the content. Margin is spacing between the border and the surrounding content, so the other elements around it. And there we could add margin 10 to add a margin in all directions. We could also just add a margin to the top or just to the bottom. Or, and that's something which doesn't exist in CSS, you can add a margin vertical of 10 to have a margin to top and bottom, but not left and right. And that's, by the way, an example of how this is based on CSS, but it's not the same because margin vertical wouldn't be a property you have in CSS while you have it in React Native. So if we now save that and we add learn React Native here, now you see there is some spacing between these items. And of course also on iOS if we do it there. So this now adds our items. And whilst we probably still don't win a beauty award, it's a good start at least. And we'll dive way deeper into styling and all you can do there later in this course. We just have to get there step by step, of course. Now, one thing we have to adjust now, by the way, the key here always has to be on the root element in your list. So the element which you are repeating. And we're not just repeating the text anymore. Instead, we're now repeating the entire view. So the key should be added to that view here, not to the text in the view. That's why I got this warning or this error again. Now with the key moved to the view instead of the text, this should be gone.